Well, unfortunately, I don't really have a good regular video this week of us, repairing something because we have lots of things that need repaired. Stuff happened. So that's broken. That's broken. That's kind of broken. That's broken, and well, the Camino was broken. Oh, and the Mercury, that's, as you can see, the Mercury isn't here. We'll get to that. Oh, and that's broken, and that's broken. Yeah, okay. So I think what I'm going to do here is just give you a quick preview of upcoming projects and show you things that have happened and what we're going to be doing. And if any of those things interest you, then you can look forward to viewing them. First of all, the F350, that's labeled as an F250, blew a steering line, power steering line, and pushed all the fluid out. And of course, Josh, if you watched a video from a couple weeks ago, was in a bad motorcycle accident. Anyway, he's starting to recover, but his one arm is still kind of in a splint, and he shouldn't have been driving this because it's stick, but he was anyway. Well, anyway, the power steering blew a line, and then it has no steering other than, just what you can manually force it around with. And he doesn't have two arms to really do that with, so I had to go pick him up. Problem is, I went to go pick him up, and well, we found the weak point in the trailer. So this, you might say the wheels came off this project. So several things happened here. The wheel came off, but we also lost the brakes here on the back because this wire, well, when this got, where the way it is, this axle went up into the frame and the wire got pinched because it's too close to the top of the axle. That wire broke. I got to fix that. That's fine. That's not so fine. So near as I can tell, I thought originally, before I actually went back and found this in the dark at midnight, that it had broken at the spindle welds here. Well, the spindle welds, the factory spindle welds where they weld the flange on here and the spindle on the end, they're good. It looks like, near as I can tell, somebody like cut here or it broke. This wasn't cut at any point. They just like cut most of the way through it and then like booger welded it, and of course it didn't hold. You can see where it was, rust was penetrating through the cut and weld, and there was maybe a little bit of weld there, but it just snapped. It couldn't hold under, well, that truck weighs about 8,000 pounds, and each one of these axles is supposed to be rated for 7,000, but I mean, between the trailer, which is about 3,000, and the truck, which is about 8,000, we're like right at pretty close to max capacity. So that didn't go well. Then I don't know why you would cut through the tube and then kind of re-weld it. I'm looking at this and I don't see any of the others that have, and like this weld where they welded the flange and spindle on, that looks fine. I don't know why. You can tell it's booger welded because it's not, it's not that melt, that penetration melt. And I didn't do it here. This is fine. And I didn't do it here. This is fine too. I don't understand. I don't. So I could re-weld this. Maybe this is an excuse to get a really good welder finally instead of because I would never attempt this with my flux core. Not something. Definitely not this critical. I welded the jack with the flux core, and even that was pushing it. And the jack actually held because I went to drive away and I forgot I had the jack down. And it just, drug a hole in the dirt, basically. And, well, we know the jack is pretty strong now because we've tested it. Yeah. She did some digging. I wasn't moving, and so instead of checking if the jack was down, I just, slapped the throttle down to... Anyway, we fully tested that. My welds have held up for the most part, except for those were never going to hold. We have to fix this. I think we can either buy a new tube or we can get a good welder and we can weld this. The problem is it's bent now. See, it's bent right here. I don't know if you can see this divot on camera. I think you can see it. It's got this divot now. Anyway, I really don't want to try to do that again because now it's misshapen. I think I can get an axle tube relatively cheap with the spindles mounted on it, and I guess we'll pull that out and get that together, I suppose. This truck So it's a bad power steering leak. I don't know if it's a hose or the box we had rebuilt or the pump itself. It's empty now. Basically what we have to do is pour a bunch of fluid in, start it, see where the leak is, and see if the pump is fried. We tried to run it as little as possible, and hopefully there was enough just liquid in the gears and the pump that we didn't fry anything, but I don't know. If we did, we did. So we're gonna have to fix that. That's kind of back burner because Josh has multiple vehicles that he can access. Trailblazer is overheating. I think that's just the fan. I'm probably not going to cover that on the channel because that's boring. El Camino, we've got bad gauge issues. Fuel gauge is, well, inaccurate at best. Temperature gauge is wildly inaccurate. I was going to do a full video on that, but it's incredibly boring, so I probably won't be releasing that. Probably just going to do me actually finding out what's wrong with the gauges. Most people would probably buy an aftermarket set for $1,500 or $2,000, slap them in. I don't do that because I don't have that kind of money, and I like the originality of this car. So I'm going to try to keep whatever's original on here and fix it. So believe it or not, as I promised long ago, I have actually put some time into this. It has not made it to video yet because I didn't get it consistently running. I have to get it running like off of its own fuel tank instead of just, you know, bottle feeding, so I can actually find where the leak in the carbs is. I think there's a leak or a crack or something in there. There's something going on. I have it sealed up. The carbs are back on. They were in a box probably the last time you saw it, if you saw it on the channel. Anyway, the engine did run. It just has to run off of its own fuel tank for diagnostic purposes. This thing, which you saw, is still sitting here. I think I showed this on a previous video. This engine needs rebuilt. I might actually, if I can get garage space, or if I can get a garage or something, I might rebuild this engine. I mean, the mower did everything else, the drives and everything work on the mower, even though the tires are, well, less than desirable. But if things move forward like I want them to, we might end up rebuilding this. And where's the Mercury? Well, we've moved the Mercury. Let me show you. And this runs, it just has some issues at the moment. Svetlana, the Russian tractor, was broken. I kind of had to do a little rebuilding and cleaning on the starter. She's running again now. Everything always breaks around here. As you can see, the Mercury is kind of under a tarp because we're doing some body things to it. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. People are going to get mad at me for what I'm doing here, but yeah, it is what it is. I need to protect this thing, and it's deteriorating under the tarp, but the tarp just sitting on it because the tarp's deteriorating and water gets down there and soaks between the metal and the tarp, and we're doing something about that because I don't want to see this car deteriorate. I'm not one of those people who parks a car out in the back 40 and lets it rot. I can't do that. It has to be, I need it to be in drivable shape for my peace of mind. So we're going to be doing stuff on that too. I mean, it's already in progress. We're going to be getting to that hopefully real soon, but I haven't had time to edit any footage and finish what I'm doing here. So between picking Josh up at, you know, all up teen hours of the night and getting him home and dealing with the broken trailer. So my 1946 Johnson Seahorse boat motor is, well, it's sitting here. I got to figure something out with this. It needs rebuilt. If things move forward like I want them to, we might have, hopefully, just cross your fingers, we might have some indoor space to rebuild this thing. I don't know. It is on my list. Again, I hate to see stuff deteriorate. It's been sitting here for years. I did a video years ago of trying to get this thing running, and I almost got it running, but the compression is too low. It needs some help. It's an old two-stroke, and it needs some decent compression to run, and it wouldn't run. One cylinder kind of popped off, but yeah, it needs some help. So that's all the projects we have going on and forthcoming. And well, you know, this isn't a normal video, and for those of you who have an interest in the channel and want to know what we're working on and why I'm way behind on projects as usual, well, there's reasons. And this kind of puts a crimp in other projects because we can't haul stuff. I mean, you can with 3 wheels, but I was trying to save up money to get some fenders for this, but I think that just blew that budget out of the water. Now we get that and get the ripped wiring squared away. That's going to be our YouTube budget for a good long while, so unfortunately. If you want to see any of these upcoming projects, feel free to like, subscribe. Tell me which one of these things, which one of these incredibly boring projects you want to see next. I'm sure nobody wants to see the truck. I'm sure everybody's seen enough of that, and probably the Trailblazer. They're just boring stuff. El Camino is going to be interesting because I've actually started digging into that, and yeah, that might actually be a learning experience for some people and me. Like I said, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think down below, and as always, thanks for watching.